Okay, this is now a continuation of the Fool's Journey. We've gone through the first 8 cards, and now we want to look at the Hermit. And I'd like to begin this though by suggesting that anybody, no matter how much of a beginner you are, anybody can give good and useful information to the questioner just by looking at the card and seeing what's on the card. And so I'd like to begin this by looking at and giving some ideas on how this can be done. So let's say if we remember the question, or have the question in mind, and remember that it's the Hermit, and then what you do is you trust yourself to give you, or to focus on whatever is going to be important. So you might look at this and decide that, or you might be struck by the fact, or reminded, or it may be most obvious that the person is on top of a mountain. And so he or she has achieved a high position. And so that can be important as part of the answer to the question. So if we take as the question, am I going to get a promotion, for instance, and the Hermit comes up in the future, it can be an indication that the promotion is going to be a high position. But if you notice that the Hermit is on top of the mountain, you can say that during the interview, or when you're putting in your resume, emphasize the fact that you have already achieved a high position, that you've maybe already run a department, or been top of the class, or that you achieved certain goals, right? Because the being on top of the mountain can be from the idea that you decided you were here and you were going to get up here, and you made it, not maybe to the very top, but at least you made it to the position you wanted to go to. And so by emphasizing the fact that you are capable of setting a goal and reaching it, whereas other people set goals and they don't get anywhere near them. One of your strengths is that you can set realistic and achievable goals, and not only set them but reach them as well. Or the first thing you might notice is the staff that the Hermit is holding. And so if you've ever been in a walk, you know that having a walking stick is good. It's sort of, you can go like 5 miles and it feels like 1, because there's something about having that walking stick. It sort of absorbs some of the fatigue that you have. And so this walking stick, or the staff here, can represent assistance and aid. And so, am I going to get the promotion? You might, you could talk to people who could help you. So the baton might represent other people who've done what you want to do and have already had success in that area. So you talk to them and see what assistance they can be to you, so you can reach your goal. Or you might realize that because the Hermit is holding the baton, that he has reached that position because of the help of other people. And so you may want to, during the interview, let's say, you might want to find out who the other people are that you're working with, or who the other people are that are going to be working for you, because that's going to be an important consideration. Because you could find it, let's say it's within the same company, and you're going to be in charge of people who don't like you, or you've had bad relationships with in the past. You really should get that sorted out before you accept the position. Maybe mend broken bridges with these people, or see if you can get other more harmonious people to work with. Or your first thought may be for the lamp here. And so the Hermit ideally, or perhaps is a guide for other people, and that may be one of the things to concentrate on, that you are able to guide other people, so that if people are new to the position or new to the job, you're going to be able to help them make quick and easy headway, because you're good at showing people what to do, instructing them and guiding them. Or you could look at the fact that he's old and experienced, or he's suitably clothed for this particular journey, so that he knows how to get prepared for any particular task, or the fact that it's dark and there's a light here, that even though things look bad in that department, you're going to be able to introduce new ideas that will get the department going again. And you can do this with any card. I've got here the Empress. Oh, there. And so you may look at the Empress card and think, okay, same question, am I going to get the promotion? And maybe you look at the fact that she's sitting on comfortable cushions. And so a key word for the card can be comfort. And so your strength, or the reason why that you should get the job is that you can make a difficult situation pleasant, so that you can if people are struggling, you can put them at ease. And once they're at ease, you're going to get the best out of them. They're going to produce more. They're going to produce better work because they're comfortable where they are. And so being able to introduce comfort into the situation can be what sets you apart from other people when it comes to getting this particular job or this particular promotion. So try that, because I think you'll find that with any card, there's always something on it that you can look at, and then you take that piece of symbolism and you translate it to be of assistance in answering the question. So this is meant to be about the Fool's journey as we go through the major trumps. And see, we have the Fool here. And it's interesting, I think, to put them side by side. Because what do we have? We've got two people. We've got the Fool is looking up as if he is looking for things to do, whereas the Hermit is looking down as if he's completed what he set out to do. So this is beginnings and this is endings in some way. They're both holding a staff. The Fool has it over his shoulder, holding the knapsack there, whereas the Hermit he's taken this potential, we could say, the baton, and he's actually used it and he's got it anchored in the ground. So there's if you look in the distance, we've got white-capped mountains here, and the Hermit is standing on the top of a white-capped mountain. It's as if the Fool is here in the foreground, and maybe if we could have seen and used a telescope to look over here, we might have seen the Hermit standing on one of these little peaks over here, as if the Fool is the beginning and the Hermit represents maybe where the Fool came from, or the direction in which the Fool is going to go. So it's interesting, try that for yourself. And the fact we've got sunlight here and darkness here, but there's a sun here illuminating the scene. The Hermit has a little sun, a mini sun within his lamp. And so inside the lamp we have two triangles. It's a six-pointed star, like that, if you look closely, right? And so one triangle is masculine, one is feminine. And we can say that with masculine, the masculine energy, you go out and make things happen. With the feminine, you react to circumstances. So the Hermit knows, because he's got these two in harmony, 6 being the number of harmony, he knows when to take action and when to hold back. So he's got control, he's got balance and mental balance. And so the Fool may say to the Hermit, okay, what do I need to know before the next step? And the Fool's message or the Fool's advice can be, find harmony within your mind, within yourself. Know when to act and when to react, and also when to not take action. And then you'll be in good shape, because if we remember, what's next is the 10th major trump, the Wheel of Fortune. There will be ups and downs in life. That's what the Fool is going to be dealing with next. Ups and downs, change and sudden change. And it may be because 10 is 1 plus nothing and gets you back to 1 again. 9 in some ways is the end of the first part of the cycle. And this can be, we can look at the first 9 cards as being advice that the Fool needs so that he can handle life in the world, represented by the Wheel of Fortune, with life with its ups and downs and its unexpected happenings and events. And maybe the final word for the Fool before he enters this area is be harmonious within yourself. And then you'll be able to handle the changes, the ups and downs that come inevitably with life in the world.